welcome to my YouTube channel again. Today, you see, first of all, I've gotten a lot of requests asking me how I achieve my stable whipped cream, how I make sure that I use it without it running or losing its shape or stability in the course of work and all of that. So I just thought to just bring out a few points. Alright, this is not a whipped cream recipe class or teaching, but this is just like the theoretical part. The foolproof tricks I use all the time, and measures I put in place to make sure that my whipped cream comes out perfect all the time. Now you have to understand one thing, that see, there are lots of brands out there. I'm not permitted to mention any brand out here, okay? But there are a lot of brands out here that can equally achieve the perfect whipped cream result that my own whipped cream achieves, okay? Sometimes I've gotten students in the diaspora that have actually used liquid whipping cream to achieve my recipe. So at the end of the day, the summary of all of this is, it's not actually the recipe, it is the technique that matters. Yes, the recipe is very important, but that technique, because even if you get a hang on the brand I use and you don't follow the process properly, you will still not be guaranteed a perfect result. So let me just have a quick run. I think I'll just run it by and then I'll come back to explain. But I'm going to try and make this video a very short one. Okay, so just come along with me. First of all, before you whip up your cream, you have to ensure that every tool you are working or you intend to work with is very extremely chilled. Not frozen anyways, but extremely chilled. Ice cold. That is your wire whisk, that is the ball balloon whisk, which comes with most standalone mixers, alright? The metal ball. So you have to, for if you are somebody that wants to actually focus more on whipped cream frosting, you have to invest in a good standalone mixer, because hand mixers don't come with balloon whisks. In the absence of balloon whisk, you should still be able to use the beater that comes with the hand mixer, but you will definitely not get the volume that you will have gotten if you use the balloon whisk. So yeah, if you're a baker that wants to actually focus on making mainly or strictly whipped cream frosted cakes, you have to invest in a good mixer that preferably comes with a metal bowl. Metal bowls hold up more temperature. So in a situation whereby you need it heated, it works better. In a situation where you need it cold, as the case may be for whipped cream, it works better. It holds up whatever temperature it is you expose it to better than if it were to be a glass bowl or a plastic bowl. So in buying a mixer, you have to understand that fact and put that into consideration. Don't just go buying anything too fancy, alright? There are a lot of mixers that come with a stainless bowl. I personally use that, alright? I have the one with glass bowl, but I use that strictly for whipped cream, metal bowl. So you have to ensure that your bowl is very ice cold. Your wire whisk is also, in the metal form, is ice cold. Your water should be very ice cold but not blocked. If the water has any kind of ice in it, it's going to actually get into your cream, and you can have the lumps of ice, affecting the smoothness of your cream texture after whipping it. So no matter how cold your water is going to be, even if it has ice inside, you just have to probably take it out before you pour it into the mixture. I use powdered whipped cream every single time, alright? But from testimonies from my students, some of them have had to use liquid whipping cream following the same technique that I taught using powder, and it came out fantastic. Especially those in the diaspora that are not really exposed to powdered whipped cream. So in any case, it's a win-win, alright? So once you get a hang on your technique, my recipe, for instance, now you're almost guaranteed a good result all the time. So like I was saying, you ensure your bowls and your whisk and your water are extremely chilled, alright? Because whipped cream is a cold-based frosting. It's a frosting that has to be exposed to a cool temperature every single time, so that it doesn't run out or get soupy. So secondly, you never over whip your cream, alright? Because there's a mark or a margin of time that you can whip your cream for. When you whip past that margin, this is what happens with whipped cream. When you start whipping, it starts with the soft peaks, it gets to the stiff peaks, and then if you happen to not understand the dynamics behind it and you just keep whipping, it becomes soupy, like it will deflate fast. All right, so you just have to know how to strike that balance, all right, to know when to start and when to stop. Never over whip, because when you whip past the set time, it will deflate. Always take out the batch for final covering. All right, always take out the batch for final covering out and refrigerate right after whipping, so that it can rest a bit before using. You can use the bit left for crumb coating immediately after whipping. In saying that, I mean that when you are done whipping, take out a batch that you're going to use for your final decoration, all right, and keep it in the refrigerator, not freezer, okay, so that it can firm up over time, 30 minutes, 1 hour or thereabout, so that by the time you bring it out to use for the final coating, it will have even set properly more, and then it's easier to work with. All right, so but the one that you're going to use for a crumb coating can be used immediately. As a matter of fact, I don't even advise you to use to chill the one you're going to use for crumb coating, because once it firms up, it's going to be more hard for you. As long as your cakes are cold, I need to mention that ensure to always try the best you can to use cold cakes. Now I'm not talking about stale cakes that you just freshly baked and you're just preserved in the freezer. It helps you to trim your cakes better for precision, and then it helps you to trim less, so that you don't have all these crumbs falling apart or something. Once it's frozen, it is firmed already, and most times cakes that are soft in nature, even when they are frozen in the freezer, they're easy to trim. It's not like they're going to turn to stone or anything. Alright, so always make sure your cakes are at least cold. Even if it's not frozen, they should be cold. Alright, and then always and never ever skip the crumb coating part, because the whole essence of this talk right now is just to let you know how to achieve your stable whipped cream and how to work with it, and the things you can do to always ensure you get good results at all times. Okay, so the bit that you're using for crumb coating, like I said earlier, doesn't need to be chilled, because it will firm up too much, and you really need it to be in its original state at that point. It's just for crumb coating, remember, so you just need it at that point. You don't need it firmed that will make it difficult to even use again, since it's for crumb coating. Work quickly with whipped cream, alright, and avoid working in heated rooms as much as possible. Even if you do not have an air condition in your workspace, ensure it is well ventilated. It's not everybody that would have an air condition in their workspace. Even if you even have air condition, sometimes if you don't have power supply and your generator is not one to hold up the capacity of an air condition, you can't stop work because of that. So there should always be a plan B, with the presence of air condition. Always ensure your room is well aerated and ventilated. And if you don't have an air conditioner, you don't need to feel bad. Just make sure your room isn't stuffy or choked up, alright? Because whipped cream doesn't typically function properly under heated situations. It would get softened. Even if it was stable when you whipped it, it gets softened on time, and it can frustrate you really, especially if you have not gotten a perfect grasp on how to handle it. Never skip crumb coating part to always achieve a flawless result. I said that earlier. I didn't know I'd written it here again. Then there's a part that I need to mention. Do not under whip your cream. In the process of trying to be careful not to over whip your cream, some people might tend to under whip the cream. It's not good to under whip your cream, neither is it good to over whip your cream. You have to know how to strike your balance. I have a class for whipped cream, okay, so all of these things are taught in it, and it might be nice for you to join my class if you need further clarifications and clarity on this particular session. But do not under whip your cream, else it will be grainy in the sense that when you touch it, it would have a texture of like a grainy rough texture. It won't be smooth, and remember, it is whipped cream. It's supposed to be extremely smooth to taste and to texture, alright? But if you under whip it, it will be grainy, and it would even show on the result when you cover your cake. Like it would have like this dots, like a dotted pattern finish on your decorated cake. Alright, so these are the foolproof tricks and techniques that you would use at all times, every single time you want to work with whipped cream. This doesn't apply to buttercream cakes, but this is strictly for whipped cream cakes. So till next time, guys. I hope you found this helpful. I hope you learned something today, and I hope that you're going to put it to good use. We learn every day. No man is an island. For anything new that you think you've discovered, please try it out. Drop your comments. Let me know if my videos have been helpful, and if you need me to talk about one or two other things, and if within my capacity, I'll try the best I can to address the issue, situation, topic, or whatever it is. Just drop your comments. Let me know if they're helpful. Don't forget, always subscribe to my YouTube channel. Tell your friends to subscribe. You guys should come along, join the train, we'll learn together, we'll play together, and we grow together in the industry. Together we'll fly. And don't forget, always help to click the like button. I remain your favorite girl, Famous Dessert View. Till next time, drop a hot pot.